Halo Infinite: The Campaign. Available on PC and Xbox platforms for $59.99. It is only the single-player campaign, as the multiplayer is being given away for free. As that is the case, we will only be discussing the single-player campaign. Gameplay-wise, Halo Infinite is very different from other Halo games. Instead of being structured as a series of levels, it is instead an open-world game, meaning that it resembles Far Cry far more than Halo. So, you go to points on the map and deal with whatever the problem is, and you can go to them in whatever order you care to. Sometimes you're aiding troops, sometimes you're unlocking a new fast travel point, and sometimes you're attacking an alien base. And there are minor things to do, like destroy propaganda towers, or find cosmetic items for the multiplayer, or unlock upgrades. But taking or destroying things on the map are pretty much it, as unlike Far Cry, you don't have little hunting quests to do upgrades or anything, or NPC quests of any kind. So you have a sci-fi themed Far Cry with less content. So your only option is combat. But there is options within combat that can be interesting. Because to go along with the new gameplay style, Master Chief has learned a few new tricks. You start the game off with Master Chief having a grappling hook. And in short order, you'll unlock deployable shields to take cover behind. A gadget that will show you where the enemies are, including stealthed enemies. And thrusters, so Master Chief can quickly jump to the side. There is certainly a time and a place for all of these gadgets, but I rarely found myself using anything other than the grappling hook, as it could get me behind cover, making the deployable cover worthless, quickly move me out of the way, making the thrusters worthless, and could be used to stun incoming enemies, a bonus no other tool offered. And the gadget to reveal the location of enemies was fairly useless, as enemies are generally coming at you once your presence is known. Now, your real motivation for actually taking points on the map is it allows you to unlock more weapons and vehicles to use at the various fast travel points. As when you start out, the only weapon you can get at a fast travel point is the humble pistol. But quickly you'll be able to get your assault rifle and sniper rifle and rocket launcher. And at certain points you can unlock alternate versions of basically every weapon in the game. Though, honestly, most of the alternate versions don't really feel all that different in use. And once you unlock a flying vehicle, you can then go from point to point on the map finding collectibles, which, as stated, are either cosmetic items for the multiplayer, or Spartan cores that upgrade your special gear, like the grappling hook. There is a story going on here, of course, but how it's actually connected to the rest of the Halo games, I'm not entirely sure, as it kinda seems like a lot of stuff happened off-screen that we're just not privy to in this game. The Covenant is nowhere to be found, instead they've been replaced by something called the Banished, which seem to be made up of all the same species that were in the Covenant, and have all the same technology as the Covenant too. But rather than being led by the floaty chair guys, instead they're led by an angry sci-fi Bigfoot. But I guess it doesn't matter, as they just serve to be the aliens that want to kill humanity. The game takes place on a brand new Halo ring, and the Banished seem to control most of it, so when you're taking points on the map, you're just killing the Banished. I won't spoil any of the later details of the story, but none of it seems all that impactful, having played through it. The graphics are very impressive, even when played on last-gen hardware, as the footage for this review all came from an Xbox Series S. It is, however, a shame that so many places in this game look so very similar. While everything looks beautiful, it would have been nice had there just been a little more variety. So, is this game worth it for its $60 price tag? Not really. While the gameplay is not bad, it is a very short game. And being a first-party Microsoft title, it won't be terribly long till it's being sold for $20. As the multiplayer is separate and being given away for free, there's not much of a reason to pick up Halo Infinite the campaign. At least not until a significant price drop. However, if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can play the Halo Infinite campaign for free. And it's absolutely worth playing for free. But then what isn't? Please do like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.